Welcome to Texas World Speedway, everyone. The Lone Star State is known for big wrecks, big finishes, spectacular strategy. Well, we're not going to see that part today, but what we are going to see is some great racing. We saw a great practice session and some interesting guys up front. Joining me today will be just Zach alone as our TV/slash co-commentator producer. Bradley Ream cannot be here. We're wishing Bradley the best as he does his thing. Zach, after last week, what a race we had at Mount Pocono. It was Roach taking home the win, but it was Eli the Wolf once again standing out for best from the rest. Let's pan back to Eli the Wolf right here, our points leader, as Zach will go through some headlines and Zach a little preview of what to expect today.
Yeah, so basically, the 12th man, Texas A&M is known to be home of the 12th man. Today we have a ton of hometown heroes in Texas, including Sean Ard, Reggie Fogelman, Alexander Isle, John Andrews, and Ian Stiles. Will they bring the noise to here at their home track? We'll see. All right, point number 2, the rich get richer. Eli the Wolf has a full one race point lead on every car except second through fourth in the points. Does he continue that and become the new Wolf on the street in Lone Star State? We'll find out. Number 3, no pit stops today. 40 laps. Adrenaline-seeking action is the name of the game today. Then point number 4, the Chevy clear favorite. Toyota shockingly doing pretty well. Chevy won 3 out of the 4, but Toyota has finished in the top 3 out of 3 of the 4 races that Chevy has won. Can anyone stop Chevy or the rising Toyota in the manufacturer race? And then number 5, long green flag runs. Lately, the iRacing has been long green flag runs and good strategy. Today could be no different. We'll be watching for the runs to develop. It's go big or go home, Texas always. Today we find, we'll see someone Aggie up in the Aggie land. We'll find out. Freeze back to you for a wild 40 laps incoming.
Yes, sir. This is going to be a heck of a race. We've all talked about Eli the Wolf as the points leader. Vince Freeze is going to be on pole today with Eric Monaco on the front row. Padnod and Alexander Isle, as we pan to Vince Freeze there in the Toyota, will be row 2. We have Gar Salamander in row 3 as our rounding our top 5. One of the things we expect today is we're not going to go through a top. We're going to save a top 5 rundown. One of the things we're going to expect today, we saw in practice, like I said, was drafting distance. That could play a factor. Some other pre-race headlines to note. We talked about Chevy Toyota. What can Dodge or Ford do? We know Honda's here, but let's be honest. Honda just doesn't have the numbers. Let's look at like someone like a Bradley Reamer, an LJ Toledo, as our cameraman Zach will pan back to either LJ or Ream. We'll start with. Let's go with Ream. Start with him. He's had a pretty good season. I'm not going to say he's had the world's greatest season, because I feel like he's been there, but he knows how to run up front consistently in terms of the mid race. He just has to figure out how to close it. And then LJ Toledo, I mean, what can we say? Had pretty much the victory locked up at Homestead until a late race yellow, and had a really good run at Vegas before a bad pit stop. I think he just needs to turn the bad luck around. And for the heck of it, we'll look at Honda with Saber Fox and Ian Stiles. Saber Fox and Ian Stiles both they just had not had the seasons they've wanted. Both of them are down in the dumps in points. We'll have to find out if they can make a run, though, at Texas World. Last week's winner, Roach. Big storyline for Roach. He had a little help from a lapper in Hamilton last week. Excuse me, not Hamilton. Jonah Burridge in the last couple laps, which propelled him for a win. Could he make a run? Some other notable stands at Texas World coming into this race will be Justin Reese with a good run last week. Justin usually has that Coca-Cola supported scheme. Was run top 5 before he hit the wall late. And people like Anthony McClure and Santa Messi, as I like to say, those two have been right on the case in the top 3 in points. Starting with McClure, I mean, he has been Mr. Consistency. Had a home race at Homestead. Arguably the best driver other than Eli the Wolf in terms of raw pace. And Messi, I think if it wasn't for David Hamilton, that's the guy who screwed him up last week, could have arguably had a top 5 finish. And those are all your pre-race headlines here anywhere in Texas World. We're about to get the command to start engines in 3, 2, 1, let it rip.
Start your engines!
As the command has been given, Zach, 40 laps here today. Real quick, buddy, what do you expect here in this first couple laps? Will we see more of a draft-style race, or are we going to see some gamemanship at the front?
Honestly, based on what we've seen in practice, I really think this is going to be a draft-heavy race. We could see some cars pull away into some longer green flag runs, but another thing I want to point out, we see a Toyota a Ford, a Dodge, and a Honda starting on the bottom lane, and then we got one Chevy up top.
That's fair. We have a great diversified field set at the front with manufacturers. Zach will give us great pictures. Texas World is known to be, like I said, the Aggie land. We are in College Station, Texas, home of Texas A&M. We have tons of hometown drivers today. Can someone like Sean Art, who's only an hour away from here, deliver? Well, we're about to find out. As the green flag is about to come out to the restart zone, Vince Freeze, Eric Monaco lead us down to the green flag. And already you see a rocket ship start from Vince Freeze there with help from Padnaw. As always during this race, we will be giving you some spotter cam. Expect that in the first 4 or 5 laps, as Zach will definitely give us a car. As they start to begin in turn 1 to descent, everyone's pretty double file, as we do have some 3 wide in the back with Toledo. Noah Padnaw will take the lead down the backstretch, as he will get some help from 26 of Gar Salamander, as Freeze and Monaco work the outside lane, as a big stack up comes there from Jonah Burridge on the inside. Now Salamander, with help from Fox, to the bottom line as they go 3 wide with Joy Paynes looking underneath Jonah Burridge. The inside line is starting to break up a little bit. We haven't talked about this in previous, Zach, but tell me a little bit about tire wear and how that could play a factor as the race goes on.
Yeah, I feel like as the tires age, we'll see a lot more cars checking up, slowing down a lot more in corners, and then we might see some guys save their tires a little bit, and that will definitely see who saved their tires and who has been really riding rough by the time the end of this race comes around.
Yeah, as you see Gar Salamander, there's the top 6 with Joy Paynes barely trying to stay in this pack. I think this is where we're going to get the separation. Remember, there are 0 stops today. There is no such thing as stops. Because of this, I expect this to be a little bit tire conservation race, as Zach said, and a little bit of a draft game. Is now, look at this. They're all single file. We have a caution. Caution is on the speedway. For
Yellow
the first
flags
time.
out. Probably 37 of the 08.
Yep, let's say it's Brandon Beal, another tough break. Yeah, tough one at Mount Pocono, and Pat Miller.
Yeah, Patrick
See what
Miller.
happened. Yeah, let's go take a replay here. What happened with Pat Miller and Brandon Beal. Now,
Yep.
we are known for Texas where we did say big wrecks, but this one looks like we're going to get away with it as a small wreck. Oh yeah, and that's a big championship hopeful there in Messi as they go 4 wide. Let's look at a helicopter shot here. Actually, let's go from up above. A little Goodyear helicopter shot. Just kind of get a replay. All right, here we go. So the C4Y Andrews is trying to thread the needle. Miller's going to get in the trail, and they all Constantine down. That's heavy damage, it looks like, for what is saved by Messi. It's going to be heavy damage right here. A little clip, and Beal has nowhere to go. It looks like Styles. I'll have to go take it on board Messi, how he saved it through the grass. That was pretty good at his damage because he is top 3 in points. There's Messi. Take another replay here. We'll also get on board with Frank Chilton as well and Miller. Let's start with Messi, though, see how he does it from the roof cam. On board at HendrickCars.com, 55, Sandy Messi. Saves it through the grass. Frank Chilton barely avoids. Great car control by Messi. We'll have to look at Frank Chilton to avoid that as well. Could be our Xbox move of the race. Let's go on board Frank Chilton here. On board Frank Chilton, the Cosworth 10. Constantine's up right there. Nowhere to go. Frank's going to avoid. And pretty soon he's going to see a Sandy Messi and boop, avoids it. Great move, as well as McClure. Good move by him. And our last onboard will be with Patrick Miller. See what happened with Pat. He took the most damage and most likely is going to have to recover with a stop, as well as Brandon. Onboard Patrick Miller. See the 4 wide, he gets turned. And gets slammed by Beal up into the outside wall. Takes a solid rock hit for the solid rock carriers. 08 Chevy. Well, that's going to conclude the replay of the wreck. Let's take us back to the restart. Zach, Interesting wreck right now as we go through some pace laps. What did you see in the first couple laps, man, with Gar Salamander controlling the pace, starting third?
Well, we did see a lot of good short run. We're going to see a lot of short run cars get up front. We haven't seen a long run yet. I'm curious to see how that'll go, but I think it'll be very interesting to see on this next restart to see who's going to be able to get up front, or in some of these guys' cases back up front. And I think we're just going to see a lot of cars trying to figure out what they're going to do on this restart, which will set them up for quite possibly our last green flag run. But I don't want to jinx it quite yet. But uh, we have seen a lot of green flag racing in those first 4 or 5 laps, and we'll see if we continue to stay green, or we're going to see some cars get a little more aggressive, or we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, one thing we have to point out. Let's go to Sandy Messi. Let's see what happened with his damage. I think he's all right. He did get a little bit. He looks pretty all right. We do know the ICR is a bulky mod, which means there could be some internal damage. As you see, Nix Dubovic, our Homestead winner, right there. So we go from a rear chase. Looks pretty good in the front. So we'll take a side view here. Yeah, looks pretty good on the left, the right. Don't know if we're going to be able to get a shot, but
Yeah, we'll get a
Sandy
shot in
Messi
the
looks.
turn in the front stretch.
Yeah, might get a shot here in the front. We're going to give our Sandy Messi fans out there, for those guys rooting for Sandy Messi, let's see what we can do here. Full access here at the. Yeah, he looks pretty good on the right coming up. Maybe some slight. I mean, it's slight damage, if that, probably internally, but I don't think it should be an issue.
Yeah, I think that front fender on the right side has a little bit of damage from that impact with Patrick Miller. That probably affect their draft a little bit. It's a little bit of a parachute, but they might be able to recover a little bit. It's definitely not going to take them out of contention, but it'll slow them down a little bit, I'm certain.
Yeah, let's go through a quick top 10 rundowns before we get to 1 to go here. I think we are getting close to 1 to go. Let's go to the
This
front.
is the one to go, yeah.
1 to go. Let's take a quick top 10 rundown with the leaderboard. We have Gar Salamander in first. We have Saber Fox in second. Jonah Burge, Padnod, Eric Monaco, Joy Paints. Let's see what else we got. Vince Freeze. Yep, he's up there. Brian Reb. Next one is Jeff Bolton, Isle, and that's going to do it with movement in 11. This restart will be our first restart where we have the inside-outside debate. Now, Zach, we've seen in the last couple races, the outside line, for some reason, propels pretty good. This racetrack, though, do we think the inside actually has an advantage compared to what we've seen in the last couple races, let's say at Homestead or Vegas?
Well, I feel like you get that turn 1 entry. This track has a little bit better turn 1 entry. My concern is in the middle of the turn, we see some drivers maybe like send it in a little bit too much and have to check up. These drivers will definitely have to watch out for that on this next restart.
Yep, if we're going to get the pace car turn out here, as soon as we get 1 lap to go here, as soon as we get 1 complete lap, we're going to go on a spotter cam with our leader. So that we look forward to this restart. But here it is. It's Gar Salamander, who hasn't been in this position much, and the Honda of Saber Fox leading us back to this lap 7 restart. And what a run by the outside compared to the first initial start, as Fox and Padnod and Freeze take the outside line advantage.
Yeah, I didn't think the top would be able to get a run like that. Sure enough, they did.
Joy Paints once again. Now one thing to note on this restart, we do have tire wear on, and this is where the inside could check up, as Paints is going to be the first one to test that inside line really heavily, as they are getting close back there. Eric Monaco, ooh, that's going to be close. Nope, they're going to keep it together. You see, there's Paints checking up. This is what we expect to hear at Texas World, especially as the run goes on. Now it's Gar Salamander to the lead. Let's take an onboard with Gar Salamander. Just right here, it's just perfect with Spire Cam. All right, Gar Salamander into turn 1 here. Gar, you're looking pretty good. This is the roof cam here. We're going to get the spectator cam. We'll keep it going. All right, Gar, we got some 4 wide behind. Keep it in there. Tuck in line. 07's got no help on the bottom. You got Fox up top. We got a wreck. Big wreck. Let's cut that. That's a big wreck. We'll have to check the Spire cam later. Zach, let's go back to that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where it happened. Maybe the 88. I know the 88 might have.
Sean R, one of our hometown heroes.
It was definitely in the middle of the pack. I'm not sure. Maybe Patnod. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, it started off with Hamilton. Eli the Wolf's involved. Eli the Wolf's involved.
Wolf. That's big. Hamilton once again can't get a break.
Yeah, we'll go helicopter on him for the. Just check this out.
Might have been Hamilton and Freeze. Let's see this again.
Okay.
All right,
Or
so
maybe, I know
yeah, go
Byron
for it.
Webb got over there.
Yeah, Byron Webb. We're going on board here right now as a helicopter shot. We'll apologize for the spider view. We're going to get that next restart for sure. Hamilton looks like he's got a pretty good run, and he's just coming up. Oh, movement might have squeezed Hamilton and Freeze. Freeze avoids it and just melee behind.
Yeah,
Toledo's in it.
Toledo. Man, nice.
Ooh,
Oh, Bobby Isaac.
Isaac. Shango can't avoid that
Where is
one.
he?
Reese, you have to
Pockrass. It's a
Pockrass
nice.
in there.
Yeah, nice save by Chilton. I do want to point that out. Think the 5 came out. Oh, he did get involved pretty heavy there. That could definitely be a huge point shakeup for Eli the Wolf there.
That is huge. We have to go on board with you on the Wolf too. Is we're gonna take a little
Yeah, we'll go.
on
We'll
board.
go on board. Uh,
Eli the Wolf here. You're gonna look back here. Eli the Wolf sees the 4 wide coming. It's not movement. Someone else squeezed up there. Looks like he's gonna save it here, but he gets into this grass area where it's just slick, and he has no control. And bang!
yeah, I don't know who got tagged by. Let's take a look at that. That was definitely a. Oh, dang! I hit by Craig Pockrass.
Pockrass.
Yeah, Marcus Crone was able to avoid that.
I'll have to look at 2 wrecks here for sure. Eli the Wolf situation as well as Pockrass. That's going to be a retirement, it looks like. That could be a big points haul for someone like Roach or maybe Messi. Hamilton's unfortunately done. Let's look at Pockrass here in this 51 Rowdy Energy Chevy. Yeah, looks like Pockrass gets shoved up 4 wide with Fogelman underneath the Mecca Road.
Yeah, but I think they got squeezed between Freeze and maybe a little bit of help
Hamilton.
from Dark X Rain. They're in that wreck too. And then Mark
Pockrass.
McCrone, Toledo. Nice save by Chilton, though.
Oh, Frank Chilton, what an avoidance. We got to check that out.
Yeah, Bobby Isaac, and then Jacob Shingle. And then I don't think he was expecting the 5 to be right there, and I could have taken both out. And 71 got a heavy hit there. He can't catch a break either. Just unfortunate for those guys.
Let's go with Hamilton, then we'll look at Frank Chilton as our last replay.
Yeah, we'll go to his onboard.
Yeah, David Hamilton here. Gets squeezed for Rain's underneath, and you got to think if you're in Rain position, not really much you can do. It's 4 wide.
And No Knight was there too.
No Knight, yep. And then he's just going to get tagged by Toledo, and that's the end of him. Frank Chilton avoids.
And then Bobby Isaac, Rissi, and Shangle.
Debovic slammed on the brakes too. We'll have to check 2 of those. All right, so Frank Chilton and Debovic. Let's check Debovic first because that one's pretty cool. Yeah, and then we'll go Frank Chilton as Ard retires, hometown hero.
Yep.
All right, on board with Nixon and Debovic. Auto Park and Chevy here. Get really safe here in this 4 wide pack up ahead. He's just going to play it safe. Ride the Frank Chilton line. A little contact almost with Isaac. Stays on the inside. Sees the wreck. Toledo gets hit, and right here, look at.
Oh man, what a view! Yeah, that was a nice save there.
Xbox moving the race contender. We'll have to find out. Now let's go with Frank Chilton, though.
He really swerved there to avoid that. He really swerved to avoid that. But then again, that Debovic really played it easy there.
Ball board for the Cosworth 10. Once again, Frank Chilton avoiding disaster for the 2nd time today. The Rex sees the smoke. Toledo gets hit, and
a little tap to Roach, and that's where Ard got. Yeah, Ard was the guy who hit Wolf. You're wondering who hit Wolf. It was Ard.
Yeah. Tough break for the Dr. Pepper Chevy, Sean Ard in the 88.
Yeah. So take a look at our retirees.
Yeah, for sure. Big accident list we got here. Zach, want to read that off?
Yep. Make sure the 64 is still in it because I know sometimes the timing is a little weird. So Jacob Shangle, last running car, 36th. Then LJ Toledo, he got rear-ended. He rear-ended the 44 pretty hard there. He's out of the race. Hometown hero Sean Ard, who after running into the 5 out of the race. Craig Pockrass, he had a really good past couple races, but today it doesn't look like it's going to be the same after running into the 5 as well. Bobby Isaac, nowhere to go, almost flipping the 44 there, and he's out of the race. Can't catch much breaks. And then Alexander or not Alexander. David Hamilton. Yeah, David Hamilton in the 44. He's out of the race. Of course, after getting the worst part of that wreck. And then Eli the Wolf tried to save it, but unfortunately was unsuccessful. His first DNF of the season, and that'll definitely be a huge point shakeup. He has top tens and top fives. Yeah, actually, he has like an average finish of like almost 2, and that's just destroyed just in this one race.
Yeah, and one thing about this race right now is we seem to have one lap and then we got to go back to it. So we'll try spotter cam one more time here after one complete lap.
Yeah.
But for right now, it's Gar Salamander in the lead. Zach, it's been a pretty chaotic race, but we haven't had the massive one yet. It's just been more small wrecks. We'll see if we get that. No need for a top 10 rundown as we are going to a restart. But right now, it is Salamander, Burge on the front row, and Paints and Monaco with Fox and Bolt in your top 6. This is going to be interesting. We got Isle on that inside as well. Zach leads back to green here, buddy. Go for it.
All right, 26 Gar Salamander going through the ranks. Hopefully he doesn't spin the tires again. Gonna go through the restart zone, and we are green. Sure enough, he does spin the tires. Letting the 07 take the lead.
Jonah Burge with a great restart right there. As now, this is where things are going to get dicey. We are now entering a time frame where the tires have really wore off, and now the aggression is going to pick up, and there's the aggression right there. We see it 3 wide back there with someone. I believe that
Dark
is,
X-Rain.
Yeah, Dark X-Rain.
Yeah, he was involved. Yeah, he was a key contender in that last wreck.
Yeah, Rain, I think he looks all right, though. Not much damage. As you can see, this checkups are going to start to happen. You see some Toyotas working back there together, but it's Jonah Burge, really an underdog this entire season out front. As Gar Salamander will be second. Let's go spectator cam with Jonah Burge. All right, Jonah, you got a nice little 0.2 of a gap right here. You got the 26. We got the four's looking. Joy Paints 13, low. No run. Half's coming from the outside. Monaco's going to stay in distance. Sides wrap from the 13. Side draft from the 26 on the 4. You're still clear. All right, 38 gonna go low. Eric Monaco, 4 back. Drift high. Run coming from the outside. 3 wide. 20 looking underneath 13. 20 looking underneath 13. You're clear. Clear. Into 1, drive it straight clear. All right, that's it. So that's a little run right there from Jonah Burge from the Spiders canvas. They're now 4 wide. We have to go pan back to that real quick. That looks pretty dangerous back there. It's near Ream. Oh, I think they sailed it out. Good lord.
Oh, no. Almost. Byron Webb.
This is a big one here.
I don't think it was that big. He almost saved it.
Byron Webb. Let's look at this one more time.
Yeah, I think he got clipped by Jack Davis into Noah Knight there.
Let's roll the tape here. Roll it. All right, so there's Byron Webb, and you're right, exactly how you played, Zach. And they just Constantine up.
Almost saved it, but he couldn't. And Noah Knight dripsy in the wall. That's about it. Pretty small wreck.
Yeah, nothing crazy. No need for an onboard or anything.
Yeah, I think Dripsy came out of that all right. Not a whole lot of damage, but whoops, accidentally hit the wrong button. But yeah, he had a definitely hard hit there. I want to go back to lap 4. Yeah, so they were. Yeah, I think Dripsy didn't get a whole lot of damage there, but definitely just got bad spot there. Dripsy was.
Yeah, just on the outside. Looks like McClure tried to think about for a while, but they back off, and as you say, Noah Knight just couldn't make the move, and that's how it pretty much ended up. They go there, Dripsy. Yeah, it's a pretty. Yeah, it's a big shot. Yeah, same thing with Webb. Those two
big
might
shot,
be.
Yeah, big shot to the side, but I don't think it's gonna be too bad. Byron Webb, mostly rear damage. He just could not save it. I'm insane if he could have, but he just had too much coming into the corner and could not. And then Noah Knight, another bad race for him. He got some front end damage and some rear damage. Just could not control it there. And Jack Davis, I think, came out of that scot free. But yeah, how about Jonah Burge though? You don't see him up front almost at all, and here he is leading laps.
Yeah, Jonah Burge. I mean, I don't know where exactly he is in points. Let's check that actually out right now. I'm pretty sure he's in the bottom 10.
Yeah, I know he's not in the top 20. I know that much.
35th. I mean, this is looking really good, though, for someone like McClure, Messi, Roach, Monaco, I think, and Jordan, Zebel, Chilton, Fogelman, and Ream. They all have a chance to make a move with Wolf retiring. Let's see if anyone else retired from that wreck. There's McClure. Looks like
Don't think so.
no, just some guys maybe off the pace. Yeah, just see.
Yeah, 32 off pace. 64 is pretty off pace, but yeah, Byron Webb's actually able to beat him to the yellow. He was off pace. So Jacob Shangle, despite his decent wreck avoidance, is just not enough to keep him out of them.
Yeah, really nothing crazy going on here in the back. So we can see some people here on the front. Jonah Burge, Eric Monaco, Bolton, Paint, Movement, your top five. Zach, what have you seen so far in these first 17 laps, though, in terms of the race? And we see the restarts have been interesting with the outside, inside, still debating spinning the tires. But now we're getting into the really parts of the race where tires and the fuel have been halfway burnt as we're under another pace lap here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've seen a little bit of tire wear, especially on these restarts on the bottom. We've seen a lot of the leaders spin the tires. Specifically, Garcelle Emitter, he spun the tires his past 2 restarts, was able to recover the restart before the last, but this green flag run, I think it was a couple laps longer than the other one, and he fell back to 8th. So definitely not good. Didn't work out for him. We're gonna have to watch Jonah Burge, make sure he is able to execute this restart okay, because he's kind of counting on it. He has been very underdog in this practically this series and other series he's ran in. But hopefully he can get a turnaround today. Maybe get his first win in the series.
Yeah, this is interesting. We have a lot of unusual suspects at the front. And we still have one usual suspect at the front, though, in a way. Movement won the first race of the season. As we'll pan back to Movement here. He knows how to do a draft-style race, but Rain and Paints, Bolton, Padnall, they're not here usually. Eric's been up there. He definitely could be the biggest
Yeah.
winner today, as Eric
Yeah,
Monaco is
yeah,
5th in points.
Yeah, he is 5th in points. The other guy I want to point out, Jeff Bolton. I don't think he has not had a very good season. I think Vegas was probably his best race. He had really bad wrecks at Homestead and Armory Digital. He didn't do too well at Mount Pocono. Here he is running 3rd.
Yeah, Jeff Bolton as well. This could be one of those underdog type days. We know this series is meant for really a tune-up to CCS and NCCRS, but we'll talk about that when we get to like race 10 as the season winds down. But we only got 2 more races left in the first half of the season.
Yep.
As we begin our first half stretch, let's look at the schedule real quick as we got a moment the rest of the way. Our schedule will continue at Papyrus in Massachusetts next week. Auto Club Raceway, always a fun one, under the lights, 40 laps there at night. And then we go back to Darlington, the Lady in Black, at night as well. A new track that emerges is Thick Bristol, which is a replacement for Martinsville, Tinsville at Bristol at the half-mile short track. It is shaped differently, though. We'll talk about that when we get closer. Pensacola, it's Pensacola, another night track. And Orlando, another night track. 2 big super speedways and Atlanta super speedway. To cap it off for our longest race of the season, this is the finale at the 1.5 miler. That will conclude the schedule recap. Here we go back to the restarts, Zach. We have 35, maybe 33 really good cars left. It should be interesting. Will we see another wreck? We're going to definitely, go for it.
Yeah, I don't feel like we're going to see a whole lot more wrecks. We've seen that last wreck was only a 3-car wreck. These guys are still being aggressive, but with the amount of cars that are competitive in this race starting to lower and lower, I think we're going to see a lot less wrecks. But then again, that aggression could pick up. I'm really not 100% sure. We'll see how these guys figure it out. We might stay green as we're almost halfway.
We'll definitely do another spotter view when we get closer to lap 25. But right now, it's Jonah Burge, Eric Monaco. And as Zach said, will this be the last restart, or will we still go 4 wide and play it risky? As the pace car dies, it makes the hard left turn in 3 and 4. It's going to be Jonah Burge and Eric Monaco leading. Will Eric Monaco get the jump? Or green flag racing? And once again, yes, he does.
Yeah, 07 really spun the tires there. Even Jeff Bolton going low on him, and Joy Paint's able to pass on the top along with Eric Monaco and maybe even the 24 as well.
Yeah, looks like Rain's going to move now. Everyone starts to Constantine. We see 3 wide with Bolton. Joy Paints has been in this situation before at Pocono, before a suspension issue. Knows how to get up front as they're really getting close back there.
Yeah,
looks like Bolton.
Big battle for 3rd and 2nd.
Yeah, looks like Bolton's going
Not
to keep
third.
it. Yep, Bolton's going to keep
Really
it.
nice turn there. We see a lot of cars usually check it up, but they were able to successfully run that corner there. Eric Monaco leading.
Yeah, Eric Monaco at the lead is. Oh, that is 4 wide. That's another hometown here. It's Isle looking to find another aisle down the lane, and he will back off as now they start to go 4 wide once again, possibly with rain up top. Ooh, this is getting close.
Oh, rain! Pole sitter, or not pole sitter, our salamander's around.
Salamander's
Did he
around.
save
Pulsar
it?
freeze.
Did he save
No
it?
way.
Are we still green?
I think he saved that.
My question is, are we still green? We see a lot of those
Let's
back
check the
markers catch
pace
up
car.
these cars that are checking up. Did we stay green?
Check the pace car.
No,
Let's
we
check
did.
the pace.
Yeah, we didn't stay green, but he might have saved that.
We got to check a replay of that. That was incredible.
All right, so let's go helicopter. Might have spooked the
Get
game a little bit, but yeah,
our Salamander.
we see Garcelman, or not Garcelman, Dark X Rain. He's been pretty in the area of 2 other wrecks he's been in.
I'm leaving. Love you.
And then just gets turned around right there.
Yeah, it goes
Saved
for
it
a
though.
loop. Ooh, that was a good run by Jordan. Boys, and everyone through the grass a little
Man.
bit. Not bad.
Every position counts, I guess. Pat Miller trying to get some back from that wreck.
Now, one thing we have to know, Dripsy and these guys that are way back there, they're going to start really ahead on this restart. We could really see another big wreck at the back again because they're going to be slow.
Yeah,
That's
I
something to
think
watch.
most of these back markers only be able to pass a couple cars, but I think probably the lowest running car in the field is Shangle. He's definitely been very off pace and not really able to execute the way he'd like to, but yeah, tough break for him.
Shangle, I think he might. I don't think he'll be DQ'd or nothing, but he's definitely going to be one of those lap cars, possibly get a long run. All right, so once again, it seems like the outside line is dominating, and we can't get a lap here. But these are small wrecks, though. It's nothing really out of the ordinary. And now I think with this restart, we could see a pack separation from the top 15. I don't know, Zach. This could be it. What do you think about Joy Paints, though, and Eric Monaco out front? This could be Paints' race to lose it because the outside seems to have the advantage on these restarts.
Yeah, I mean, I think we seen someone take advantage of it on the start of the race, and that was I think it was Gar Salamander who was able to get a good jump on that initial start. Other than that, these tires have slowly started to age. I really think it's just going to come down to execution. It would not be very easy for that bottom lane to get the restart, but who knows? There's still a lot of laps left. We could see a turnaround. Maybe some of these guys like Eric Monaco, he might be in that position on another wreck or something. It's if we have another wreck. These AI cars are starting to kind of figure it out. Our Salamander almost saved it there, but did a 180 there and got it back going. And I don't think anyone was out of the race after that, but I do believe we'll see some interesting racing here in these next few laps.
Yeah, and one thing to note, we do have to start thinking about drafting partners. This race is turning into a drafting race. The leader may not be a sitting duck after all, but if he is a sitting duck or she, you're going to need at least a little help. So maybe 2 or 3 cars on the inside line. If there's no checkup after a restart, could be big. So we haven't really made a lap and a half without some type of wreckage. Let's make a quick top 10 rundown, and that will be Zach. Zach, go for it real quick with a top 10 rundown before we get to the restart.
All right, yeah, Eric Monaco, he's been pretty consistent, steady top tens. Has had a couple bad races, but he's up front here leading the day. I think he might be able to pull off another top 5 or top 10, maybe even the win. Then we got Joy Paint. She's been fairly consistent. Had a wreck at Mount Pocono after a suspension issue after a caution, but so far is running pretty good today. And that number 13 Funyun Chevrolet, first year in SOX, along with most of these drivers, first year in SOX. Jeff Bolton, he has not really had a great SOX season, but here he is in third. He's been sitting in third for past few laps, so I think he might be able to sneak in a win here if he's in the right place at the right time. We'll see how he does. And then Noah Patnod, he has kind of been under the radar as well, not really up front, not really racing with the contenders, but he's up here racing in fourth, so we'll see how he does. I don't think we talked about Riley Gorse hardly at all, except for a couple wrecks he might have been barely involved in, but he's definitely under the radar for sure, and he might be able to sneak one out as well. And then Jonah Burridge, he's still in the top 10, might be able to get back to the front. He definitely his best, probably one of his better SOX races, led a few laps, and he's doing pretty good. And we were talking about diversity in manufacturers. Most of them kind of fallen, kind of gained, but Saber Fox is able to get the Honda train up here in that number 87 Turbo Project Honda. He's been running okay. Made the highlights at Armory Digital, and other than that, he's kind of been a dark horse. And then there's number 20. He's been running fairly well. Of course, you got that first one of the season. And then you got in 8th, Alexander Isle. He's definitely been a dark horse. He's been very under the radar, but fast. So I think he's definitely going to be something. We've seen him make some aggressive moves on these restarts, moving him towards the front. Another hometown hero. We'll see how he does. And then Jessica Strauss. We haven't really talked a whole lot about her, but she's been in some of the highlight reels. Been decently fast. I think did well at Las Vegas, but we'll see how she does. And then we see Frank Chilton just outside the top 10. I know he's not in the top 10, but watch out for him. He might pull something out of the hat late in this race.
Frank Chilton. I mean, how many times have we said Frank Chilton pulling something out? Because he's definitely had raw pace all season.
Yep. Not
But
to
it is
mention,
going to, yeah, we'll have to watch that. That's the ones to watch per se in the top 10. Like I said, we had a couple outside top 10. But now it's really Eric Monaco. The attention turns to him, right? Eric, what do you got to do? Well, if I'm Eric Monaco, the crew chief's probably telling me, you got to lag back, play the restart zone. You have about 250 feet in that restart zone to play with. Do you go early? Do you go late? Or you go somewhere in the middle? At this track, with the way the front stretch is almost shaped like a Richmond per se, the front stretch, just a bigger Richmond, I would definitely want to go later. Excuse me, earlier, but also you don't want to go too late. If I'm Joy Paints, there's nothing really to do. It seems like the outside has the lane. Just go with what Eric does. As
yeah,
the pace car makes this hard left turn, it'll be Zach giving us back to the restart.
Yeah, we'll see who's able to execute here. We got 13, got the 4. The top has been successful most of these restarts. The 4 a little far ahead, and sure enough, he does spin the tires a little bit. 38 did as well. And just like these last few restarts, we've seen the 29 and 13. 07 spin them a little bit as well, but looks like we're going to see 13 take the lead for now.
So far, it's looking really good for Joy Paints. We talked about Joy Paints and her season so far, but it's not over yet. As Riley Gorse was looking underneath Eric, but here comes Fox, going to try to take a 3-wide move. Let's watch this into turn 3 if there is a checkup. Let's see it.
And they're already getting, as this race goes on, they're just getting more and more aggressive. Eric Monaco right there back behind that 13 car. He's not done.
Oh, definitely not done. Now, Eric Monaco is going to go up top as we go with Joy Paints with a spectator cam with the spotter view. All right, 13, you're going to be clear off of the bumper of the 4. 87's with you. You're going to go low. Help's coming from up top. 33 Riley Gorse back there. Coming back there. Help from the 4. 33, 29. Tucked in line. 87, no help. 87's peaking. A little side draft. 87's going up, up, up. Thinking low. Low. Help's coming with Monaco with the 4. Big run coming from the 33 up top. Monaco's going to stay in line. Run fizzle that. Run fizzle that. Eric 4 behind you by 0.1. All right, that's it. So that's Joy Paints with a lap around Texas Roll from Spirocam. That'll be our last one of the race. It's really about Joy Paints now controlling and blocking because it seems like we're going to start to spread out. Now,
Yeah, we could start to see some cars break away if this run's able to go green long enough.
we might see some more though in the back. That's close. It looks like that was Raymond, someone else. Did they sort it out back there? I think they did.
Oh, a little bit of a checkup there from the 07.
Yeah, they did sort it out, and there's McClure on the bottom line. That's around 15th on back, I'm going to say. Now,
McClure.
it looks like we're going to go back up front, though. It is Joy Paint still leading. Eric Monaco, the New Yorker, what can he do? I mean, he's definitely the furthest thing from Texas, but he definitely's got some friends behind and a big chance to get this points lead.
Huge run off that corner from the 4 car. 87's got one too.
Yeah, Fox is going to look now. Fox in the 3. Does have any help? No, no help.
Oh,
Isle.
87 moving up.
Well, yeah, little bump and run, a little errand run, as I like to call. Riley Gorse, though, is going to be there as they start to 2x2 it out now from 2nd to 7th. This is where Joy Paints could be in trouble as they start to begin understanding what it's going to take in these last 10 laps to win this race. Here comes Riley Gorse, like we said, 35th or 40th in points all season. Zach back to you with 1-2 coverage.
Yeah, I think that 87's been fast. Yeah, like you said, that 33, get that run on the bottom draft is definitely helping factor. He will probably get underneath that 87 here in turn 3. I don't know, he won't. 87 cuts him off a little bit, allows the 33 to check up. And we've seen that 4 car. He got moved out of the way by the 87. Was trying to figure something out with the 13. So starting to notice that staying behind somebody isn't really going to help you win this race, as the 13 still has the lead, and that 87 is waiting to make a move.
Yeah, and there's paint still up in front. It's starting to single out back there now. It's really going to be, can they sell their P's and Q's and mind them? Because if you start going 3 wide, the air just doesn't work. If I'm Fox right here, you stay tucked in line, you don't make a move, and figure something out to the last lap would be ideal. But you need a friend, and the friend's going to have to be Gorse. I don't know if we have any lap cars. Let's check that real quick at the back of the field.
Yeah, 64 is quite off pace. He might. Oh yeah, he's
boy.
really off pace.
They're going to catch him
Oh
now.
yeah, he's already. Yeah, he's way off pace.
Oh boy, they might catch him twice. Here we go.
Yeah, he's very off pace. Gonna hold up the leader a little bit. Ooh, gets through.
Oh, gotta be
Ooh.
careful here. You gotta be careful.
Hold up to the 4 a little bit. 87. 4's back up there.
Yeah, Shangle will have to watch this. Going to keep this high.
He could go a second lap down, seeing how slow he is. He might go. Yeah, he's very off pace. He's definitely holding up to 17 right now. Ooh, 4 wide, 18, holding up to 24. This could affect the points lead race, as the 55 is able to get around on the bottom.
See?
And he's finally starting to get towards the back of the pack. He's holding up some guys. Guys are a little bit more off pace. Salamander, he's still fast, but definitely not as many. I don't know if he pitted or not, but his tire, if he didn't, his tires are gone. And Red Stover off pace as well. And there's more off pace cars back there, but he's past the main pack.
That's good to hear. And I think the other guys that are back there, they might catch him at the last couple laps. Now, it's back to Joy Paynes, Riley Gorse, and Fox. What a combo. There's the move by Fox. Does Gorse go with? No, stays on the outside. Fox has no help. Joy Paynes should take the lead, but great side trap by Fox. And here comes the row with Monaco and Isle, the hometown hero. It's not over yet. It's going to be a side-by-side down the backstretch. Back to you, Zach.
I think the 87, if he can keep underneath that 13, might be able to get the 13 on here in 3. Yeah, it looks like it. I think he's going to get that 13. Oh, checks up, though. Didn't expect that. That's going to allow the 4 to get underneath. Might get some payback because we're 3 wide for second. Maybe possibly even 4 wide as hometown hero Alexander Isle. We were talking about him. Dark horse. Here he is. Right 4 wide for second. Backs off a little bit. And 13, the 87, real tight. Ooh. I don't know if they're going to make it. 33 up top. Pat nod. 13 still up there. Does anyone have anything?
I was going to say they're going to make it. They're going to make it. They're looking really good now. It really is going to come down to what does Joy Paynes do. I don't know if we're going to catch it. Oh, we are going to catch the 46. Oh, yeah, we're going to catch the 46 for sure, and probably the 64 again. This isn't over yet. Isle once again goes 3 wide as we're going to look at the 46 of Webb. Oh, he's definitely off the pace. 29 seconds back.
Yeah, he's
34 seconds left. Yeah, this is going to be really bad when we get to 3 to 4 to go.
Yeah. I think lap traffic might be able to take that 13 off the throne because these guys are battling way harder than they need to be to catch this guy, and they're all wanting that top spot.
Quint Buchanan, really good run last week, backing it up here. Patnell's too high. Movement's going to go underneath. Strauss Ream looking 4 wide.
Man, Jonah Burridge. He's making a move there. Anthony McClure's in the top 15.
And remember, we get a caution. It's not over. We do have green white checkers, but it looks like it's going to be a 4 wide move. That's Jeff Jordan, and McClure. McClure is risking it all for the biscuit in a great point spot. I don't understand this move. This could be the wreck they're looking for in terms of Eli the Wolf.
Ooh, Jordan. I think they're going to even it out here as Patton on. He goes high. He definitely slowed it up there. I'll watch out for Ian Stiles and Rissy, though, but it looks like they figured it out.
Now we got to get back to the lead, though, because we are going to get to that lap traffic.
Monaco is back. Oh, 46. Yeah, slowed him up. 87's right to the rear.
Oh, this is bad. Look at this, the 46 of Webb.
Going to hold up Alexander Isle. He was definitely that dark horse that kills any chance of run he had.
Yeah,
that's going to slow up Anthony McClure.
Lap traffic. Burridge up there. Strauss, Fogelman.
It's definitely going to be a huge point shakeup. I think Anthony McClure, if he finishes top 20, he'll definitely have that points lead.
Yeah, this is going to be looking really good for Monaco, too, as well. Let's get back to the front, though, with 2 laps to go. What do you do here if you're Paynes? Oh, there's the run by Fox. But does Paints get help from Gross and Monaco? It looks like it's going to be Gross going to back off. Monaco's going to stay with Paints. Fox has no help. Will we get any more lappers? I think we're
Yeah.
going to be good as
If
we
he
get to the
doesn't,
last lap
yeah.
here.
If he doesn't check up, he's got it. He
Fox didn't
didn't.
check up.
He didn't check up. Here comes the 4. What's the
Eric
4 going to
Monaco.
do? The
Yeah,
87 to the lead. Come to the white flag.
We'll let Zach take it to the backstretch. I'll take it from the backstretch here. Zach, take it 1-2, and I'll take it home. Oh, there's...
Oh, Shangle goes a lap down. Yeah, we're going to have to worry about that later, but I don't think it affected too many of the leaders. He's going to slow up some guys back there. The field's really slowed down. He's got another lap car up here as a 32 come to the checkered flag as a 4 car got another run coming to the 3.
There we go, into 3. Does Eric Monaco have one last lunge? Do they catch the 32? No. Eric Monaco is going to look lower. Here's the 32. Oh, this might be big. Does he hold up? No, he's going to hold up Monaco. It's going to be Sabre Fox and Honda taking the win. What a race by Sabre Fox. The Toyota and Honda have now won 2 races to take it to Chevy. That is interesting.
Yep.
What a run, though, by Sabre Fox. The lappers, though, coming into play. Zach, what a race, man, as we entered this cool-down lap.
Yeah, interesting to point out. Anthony McClure got 10th. That is definitely going to shake up points a ton. I think he will come out of this race the points leader. Seeing how bad the 5 did?
Yeah, for sure. As they enter here, Sabre Fox, great run. Eric Monaco, Clinton Buchanan, your top 3, rounding out the podium. As we'll get to the pit lane camera, we have Paints and Movement, Ream, Isle, good run there. Gross, and there's you see Bolton and Anthony McClure. This points battle is not over yet, folks. We definitely got a championship on our hand. As they enter the pits, great run there, but I'm going to send it to Zach for one last final thought, and then I'm going to wrap it up. What we got, Zach? What do you think of this racing today? We had a couple wrecks, a couple good avoidances too with the spins, and as well as some racing that provided a little super speedway-esque with some 1.5 miles in there as well.
Yeah, this race was, in my opinion, was a very good race. We've seen a lot of diversity in what cars is up front. Anything to be expected, really. But really, the big thing I'm going to take out of this is going to be a big point shakeup. It's not the end of the story for Eli the Wolf. One DNF, I'm sure, isn't going to take him out of the battle, but it'll definitely slow his prowl a little bit, and we're going to see a new points leader after this race.
Point shakeup was real in Texas, and Texas World proved to be a Honda-type day. As Sabre the Fox wins in Texas World, but that's going to do it for us at Texas World. For Zach, as my co-commentator and producer, we will guys see you in Massachusetts for some clam chowder at Papyrus. This has been your boy Vince and Zach, and we are signing off.